And my coffee. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Psychic Insights. My name's Michelle, and I'm coming to you on a Saturday, which is a little bit different because usually I'm here on a Friday. But yesterday I had um, an appointment that was a challenge to achieve. So I had to reschedule my show. But thank you so much for joining, whether you're here right now when it's live or whether you're here later. These messages are finding you because there's something in your energy that is vibrating at the level of these messages. So, happy to have you here. I'm just going to shuffle some things. So I am live on Facebook. I'm also on Jatango, which is an amazing site. And you can go on there if you're watching on Facebook. Then there's a little down at the left-hand corner of this live. There's a little icon that looks like a chain link. You can click on that, and that will take you to Jatango, and you can check out the things that I have to offer to you. And you can also check out a whole bunch of other really interesting sellers and amazing products. Anything that you would purchase from my store at this moment is when you check out on Jatango, you would add this to your cart. You would check out on Jatango. When you check out, you choose local pickup because nothing that I have is an actual physical product that would be shipped to you. I do have some readings that are available only on Jatango, which I'm going to add to the bottom of the screen here if you're on Jatango. And these are 30-minute private readings. They're only available for purchase on Jatango. They're $50, which is significantly less than what I normally charge. I normally charge $85. They're a very limited number. I think there are 9 out of 10 left right now. So if you would like a 30-minute private reading for $50, just go ahead and click on that product at the bottom of your screen on Jatango, add that to your cart, make sure that you check out all the way and choose local pickup. I will get your information and I will reach out to you via text and or email, depending on what way of connecting you provide, and we will arrange for a 30-minute Zoom reading. These take place over Zoom, so you can do them wherever you are in the world. I will also add my class to the bottom of the screen. This is tuning into your channel. It's going to be really fun. I've taught this class before. This is a class where you tune into how you receive messages. We practice and you have homework. You'll get a syllabus. It's a class that's being taught as a hybrid class online and in person. So you can do either or both if you'd like. This is going to be the first 2 Mondays and the last 2 Mondays in March. Tuesday. The first 2 Tuesdays, the last 2 Tuesdays of March. The middle Tuesday is St. Patrick's Day, so we will not be having class that day. But the first 2 Tuesdays, the last 2 Tuesdays of March from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. If you're not in the time zone, you can convert that. And if you choose to take that class online, then you will be live with the people who are there in person. So we will all be interacting together. There's no need to choose which one you do. Once you purchase the class on Jatango, then I will get your information. I will email you the Zoom registration. I encourage you to register on Zoom even if you're attending in person, because you just never know. This is Cleveland weather, so it's a little unpredictable in March. As we all know, it's been a little bit different than normal winters around here. It's been really, really cold, and there's been a lot of snow. But if you don't have to choose when you check out, just choose local pickup when you check out on Jatango, and I will email you a link to register on Zoom, and right before the class, I will email you a syllabus so you'll know what we're doing, and then you can tune in and have some fun with us. The other thing that I'm going to add to the cart is I'm going to do the mini readings today. So the mini readings are only available while I am live. That's it. So if you'd like a mini reading, it's $5 a card. You could do 1, 2, 3, or 4 cards, and you would choose local pickup for that, and you would go ahead and check out on Jatango, and then I would get a notification, and I will answer those questions right here, right now, during this live. You don't have to wait. There's no need to schedule an appointment or anything like that. You would just go ahead and choose local pickup, check out, and then in the comment section, you would write that you purchased a reading and how many cards, and if you have a question, and then we'll just do that right then and there. I want to thank all the beautiful people who came to the Seance in the Cellar event last night at Cieli Urban Winery, which is also where the Tune Into Your Channel class will be held, as well as on Zoom. But last night was so much fun. I really enjoyed having everyone there. Thank you, Carla, for bringing your friends. Thank you, Whitney, for recommending me to your friends. It was really a lot of fun. We had a great time. I had so much fun. Really powerful messages. So today I am going to be doing the same thing that I did last week because I got a lot of good feedback from that. So we'll be doing 4 readings, and it will be the 4 elements. So earth signs, air signs, water signs, and fire signs. Last time I did this, I had a little bit of a pause with which signs were water signs. So thank you, Jen, for helping me out with that. And hopefully that won't happen again today. So I'm going to start with the water signs today. I'll just mix it up a little bit. Now, this reading is for you if your sun sign is a water sign, if your moon or rising sign is a water sign, and any place in your chart where you have a planet in a water sign. So the way you look at that is that you can check into Astro Cafe or Astro Dienst. You put your birthday and your birth time in there, and then you'll see where all of your planets happen to be, which houses they happen to be in, which signs, and then whatever sign is a water sign, you see what house that's in, and whatever area of your life that governs, that's what this reading would pertain to. That's the topic this reading would pertain to. So this first reading is for water signs, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. See, Jen, I remembered. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Is it that you just keep working on something and working on something and working on something? Or you keep thinking about something, because I keep wanting to shuffle. Something falls out, I keep wanting to shuffle. Is it just not good enough, or you're looking for something more, or you're waiting for the other shoe to drop? Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Let's see what happens, because these cards jumped out. So you have the 4 of Wands, and I didn't show you last time, my cards. I'm using Ethereal Visions Tarot. So you have the 4 of Wands, the Chariot. So maybe you're moving. 2 of Cups upside down. The Well, which is wishes, and King of Cups. So the Well in this is kind of like the Magician. You're like, the Well in this one is 22. Oh, sorry. I'm doing things with my computer. So maybe this is that you're considering moving, but you're not really enjoying the process, and you're thinking that maybe this is not going to be exactly what you want. Are you doing this for something that you love? King of Cups. You could be doing this for some reason, but you're just not sure that this is going to give you what you want. This doesn't have to be a physical move. This could also be moving toward or away from a relationship, but there's a bit of procrastination here. There's a bit of procrastination, and I have the Artist upside down, which means you're resisting creating this change, and Three of Wands upside down. Three of Wands is like he's kind of chosen a course of action, and I'm an intuitive reader, so that's what I'm getting from this card today. He hasn't chosen a course of action. So maybe you're waiting for more information, waiting for certainty here before you make a particular move. Your home is also yourself, so it could be made it. Oh, thank you. Hi, thanks for joining. It's so funny when you join from Facebook now, it says undefined, so it doesn't give me a name. Is this JL? I'm guessing maybe. Okay, good to see you. Thanks for coming on. So what I was saying is your home is also your vessel, your body. So maybe you're just not making a move. You're not taking the step that you feel maybe would be good for you. Maybe it would be really loving for yourself. It is. Oh, see, I must be psychic or something. Thank you so much for joining, Jane Louise. I'll just say JL, thank you. And this falls out too, death. Yes, you're pausing on a transformation. You're pausing, even though you know it would be good for you. And this is something that would be, hi, Maureen, thanks for joining. I know I'm normally here on a Friday. Thank you for coming in on a Saturday. You're an air sign. Okay, well, we're on water signs. We haven't gotten to air signs yet, so you joined in a good amount of time. This is for Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, air sign or water signs, any place that you have water in your chart. We're talking about your home, which is also your personal self. There's a hesitation with creating a change, maybe waiting for more information, waiting on this transformation. You're waiting on a transformation, waiting for something to change. What are you waiting to change? Woo! Okay, these two flipped out and they're face down, so maybe you don't quite know. King of Wands, Nine of Cups, both upside down. Well, Nine of Cups is independence. King of Wands is taking very decisive action. It's being passionate. Are you waiting for some sort of inspiration? Or maybe you're pausing to make sure that the path is clear so that you can move forward on your own. Maybe you're hesitating with making a choice that would be a choice that's for you and not for everybody else. That's interesting. So what advice? Wow. Okay. I'll be right back. That fell on the floor. What advice is here for you? Come to me, attracting like a rose, receive abundance desires. I said this last night. It's not, I'll believe it when I see it. That's a saying. But really the way it works is I'll see it when I believe it. And I'm going to correct that too. I see I'm glitching. Sorry, it's my computer connection. This is not about belief, because the word belief has the word lie in it. This is about knowing. This is about knowing that this is for you. Wow, this connection is not fabulous. I'm sorry about that. What else advice? Come to me. So know that you deserve abundance. Know that you deserve good things. Know that self-love is going to get you where you want to go. Respect yourself. Respect your own intuition. And what's the last card for them? The Wild Rose. Do it. See, all right, you can't make this up. You saw me shuffling, right? Do it your way. Embrace your uniqueness. Untamed. Yeah, do it for you. Do it your way. Here's your sign. Here's your thumbs up. Do it your way. So that's for water signs or anywhere that there is water in your chart. You can go on AstroDeans or Astro Cafe, put in your birthday and your birth time. It'll give you your whole chart. Any house that has a planet that's in a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, any of those signs, that house, whatever that pertains to, that's what this is affecting, this reading right here. So that is for water signs. Your advice is do it your way. Like the Frank Sinatra song, I did it my way. Absolutely. Okay, so since JL is an air sign, we're going to do air signs next. Okay, this is, that is Libra and Aquarius and Gemini. Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini are the air signs. And so this is good for any place that you have air in your chart as well. Let's see what is up for air signs today. Let's see. If we have some time, maybe we'll do some mediumship at the end. Wouldn't that be fun? Tell me about air signs. Well, my cards aren't really talking, and I just get this saying all quiet on the Western Front. So maybe things are quiet for you right now, but I feel like something's coming. Because if you have to say all quiet on the Western Front, if you have to say it, then that means there's something else. Okay, so you're a Libra. Yep, this is for Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. This is for you. So all quiet on the Western Front, the air signs. Really quiet. My cards are just not, so they're not jumping out. So I'm going to say this is about you intentionally creating what you want to create. It's intentional. King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles. So this could be concerning money. This could be concerning finance, love, quiet. Yes, Maureen. Yes. So the King of Pentacles, let's see what else it has to say. This is waiting for something of value. Waiting for something of value. This king looks very patient and he's concentrating. So more to come. Enjoy the rest and reset. Yeah. Let's see. He's waiting for something of value. Four of Wands upside down. And Nine of Pentacles upside down. Wanting to be self-sufficient. Nine of Wands upside down. So maybe you're looking to see where you can let down your defenses. Where can you be that values you for who you are, where you can just be yourself, and where you feel at home. Maybe you're looking for your tribe. You're not settling anymore. You don't want things that you don't value, and you're gonna know. You're the people who figure it out. No, they think about it. They figure it out. And this is sure. You're looking to see where you can just relax and be you, where you can feel at home, where you can feel valued. Page of Wands. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. You're looking. Ooh, King of Swords. You're going to have to be convinced. You're going to have to be convinced that this place is for you, pertains to you right now. Eight of Cups. You are leaving behind things that no longer satisfy you. They don't give you. You guys are being very intentional. Justice. You're you're wanting to be, recognized. It's the right thing. Um, okay. Well, hopefully you can hear me now. You're going to have two of me. Very interesting. Hopefully that's better. I'm gonna see if I can um, leave this. Um, I don't know how to do that. Okay, perfect. Okay. Well, then, there we are. I'm just going to do this, and I'm going to be on here like this. More than one way to skin a cat. So, these were for air signs. I said, you are finding your place. You're not settling for anything less. You're not taking any small offers anymore. You're not settling. You're waiting for the big offer. You're waiting for the place that you really want to be, and the place that's fair to you. And it's happening. You're just not settling. It's happening for you. You're taking action on it too. And so you're grabbing it. It's like, I feel like the visual that I see for air signs is you grab the ring, the merry-go-round. You just grab the ring. And this says, Brothers of the Rose, sacred masculine, honor, protection, support. So there may be a man that helps you discover where you're meant to be. Or this is also, embodying your own masculine energy. You notice there were a lot of kings in this deck. This is your own masculine energy. This is you being decisive. This is you being making the way for yourself. This is you being very intentional and very direct. And then this card is from a different deck, and it keeps floating. I found it yesterday, and I thought it belonged to this deck, but you see it doesn't. And see, this one's blue. The ones I'm using are pink. I feel like this one's for you. It says, Deep love, mother's milk. Birth is a portal. We the Hathors. You can look up who the Hathors are. That's a very interesting thing, too. Hello, we're back again. But this is you loving yourself. This is you loving yourself. This is you mothering yourself, taking good care of yourself, being kind to yourself, making sure that you have what you deserve and what's rightfully yours, and you're where you feel appreciated. You don't feel appreciated, you're not there anymore. You're out of there. This is for air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. The sacred union, beloved within, inner and outer relationships. See, you're going to be with people that really care about you because you are starting to care about you. When you start caring about you and treating yourself really well, then that's what comes to you. The Holy Grail. Stop the endless searching. Inner quest. There we go. This is really about you making internal decisions for yourself, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And I know you're very intentional with the mind. This is really being intentional with the heart and really feeling into where you feel wanted, where you feel appreciated. And you have to start wanting and appreciating you, and the heck with what anybody else thinks. And people treat you the way they treat themselves. So when you start treating yourself well, you are going to find your tribe. So don't give up. So that is for the air signs. Hopefully that was helpful. You can also go on to Astro Cafe or Astro Deans, put your birth date and time and place. Place is important too, into their page, and it'll give you information about where all your planets are in your chart and everything, so you can see which house has air in it for you, and each house represents a different aspect of your life, and this is where this is happening for you. This is where this not settling for less is happening. Could be in your social aspect, could be in your financial aspect. You just need to look and see where that is for you. Okay, next we're going to do earth signs. Earth signs are Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus. So if you're an earth sign, this is for you. I do apologize for before. My, I feel like little gremlins got into my computer, but there are ways to get them out of there, and that will be happening. Okay, earth signs. King of Wands. Okay, you are taking some decisive action, and you are following your passion. Whoa, alrighty then. A lot of cards just fell out. And when you start following your passion and doing the things that you want to do, you are like the whole cascade of cards just came out. They just slid right out. All these things that you don't see are going to start coming to you. You're going to realize how strong you are. You're going to stop holding on to things that don't serve you anymore, like ideas, things that maybe weren't even they're not even your thought process to begin with. Maybe they're things that you saw, ways of behaving that you saw when you were young. And just like my computer, like there's a program running in the background for you that you're rooting out of there. See, everything happens for a reason. So earth signs, you're finding your true strength, and your fault by following your passion. Now, I'm going to say you may be following your passion, doing things you enjoy, and maybe you haven't seen, because these all just slid out and they're all face down. Maybe you have not seen the results of doing that yet, but keep at it, because something big is going to happen for you. Let's find out what it is. I'm just going to turn them all over, like all at one time. All these opportunities come, and then they happen. 1, 2, 3, 4. They all start coming to light. You don't see them, but the universe is lining them up for you. Okay. Are these all in the same direction? No. Okay. 3 of Pentacles. You're going to start doing your own thing. You're going to start working on your own. There could also be people who are coming to work with you and cooperate, but you don't see them yet, and they're not here yet. They're not in your energy yet. And maybe that's why things aren't happening yet, because these people have to come in. But you're doing your own thing, and then other people come and join you. So it becomes a group effort. And we are in the age of Aquarius. So that is about working together. But, show people what you're worth. Show people what you can do. And then people go, oh, that's somebody I want to work with. So 9 of Swords, or that's somebody I want to have a relationship with. That's somebody that I want as a roommate. That's somebody that I want to take their class or buy their book or listen to their advice. Whatever it is, it's happening. 9 of Swords, you're putting away the negative thought process. And that's something that, like I said, maybe you've inherited something that's not yours. I can't do it because, or I shouldn't do it because, whatever it is. Or, no, if I do this and I get too big, people aren't going to like me and I'm going to lose my friends. Listen, people who are your friends, you're not going to lose them. If you lose them, they're not your friends. Queen of Pentacles, look at you go, Earth signs. And this is also for you, wherever you have Earth in your chart, that is what this reading pertains to, the area of your life your reading pertains to. Queen of Pentacles, you are really valuing self. You're really seeing your own worth, Earth signs. 5 of Swords. You're putting down your internal battle. Look, he's just sitting there. He put all of his swords down. He stopped. And isn't this funny? He's the thinker, but he's put down all the thoughts that plague him. And now it's bigger thinking. Think big. 5 of Cups. You're not focusing on the disappointments anymore. You're letting it go. Let it go. It doesn't matter. You can't move forward. You can't drive forward if you're looking in the rearview mirror. Imagine if you're trying to drive your car and you're looking in the rearview mirror. That's pretty dangerous. 8 of Swords. 8 of Swords. 8 of Swords means that you've been surrounded by negative thoughts, but in the 8 of Swords, traditionally, she's blindfolded, she's tied up, but she has the ability to let herself go. And in this card, you're not focusing on disappointments. You're letting these thoughts go. You're taking an action, and maybe this is doing something new. Like I said, just keep at it. Keep at doing something new. You have the King of Swords. So there could be, swords are air signs too. So there could be a masculine air sign that is giving you an idea, or somebody who gives you some advice. Or this could be you, like just taking decisive action. If you kind of tend to procrastinate, which earth signs can get stuck. It's an earth sign thing. It doesn't mean that every earth sign does, but this is like just making that decision, and it's cemented. See how the sword is pointing down? He stakes it in the ground. You're saying, this is mine. This is what I want to do. You are making a decision. It causes a lot of change with the well. See this big tidal wave. It caused a lot of change, but this is a wish that you've had. And now this is like throwing caution to the wind. You're doing it. 10 of Pentacles. Maybe you haven't seen that return on your investment, but it's coming. It's coming. Keep at it. Page of Cups. Maybe you're putting love on the back burner, or, you know, you don't necessarily see something new is coming to you, but it's not ready yet. It's almost like everything's waiting for you to be ready, and then it's going to come to you. This could also be a new offer if you're interested in a relationship. This is somebody offering you something. You have to be ready or you're not going to see it. You know, and you have to know that you deserve it. I said this the other night. If I'm trying to hand you $100 bill, and you're like, no, she would never give me $100 bill. That has to be fake money, and you don't take it. Even though the universe is trying to give it to you, you didn't say yes. So it'll move on to the, you know, to the next person. You'll get it. What's meant for you won't pass you by, but it's going to wait for you to know that you deserve it. And the Hierophant, you've learned some valuable lessons. You're putting what you know into practice, and you're sharing what you know. 9 of Pentacles. This is going to, maybe you don't feel independent, but you're going to be very independent. And this is being wealthy too, like self-sufficient. Self-sufficient. Maybe you don't feel self-sufficient, but it's coming. You don't, I mean, maybe you don't see it because it was face down and upside down. Also, you know, like I said, know that you deserve it. And this is 9 of Wands. Right now, you may be really protecting yourself, but see, like I said, that whole, she's not going to give me a $100 bill. Nobody would do that. Nobody would give me a $100 bill. That's got to be fake. I'm going to protect myself. So they're asking for you to let down your defenses for Earth signs. Now we're going to ask for some advice for you. Woo-hoo. Again, falls out. It's falling in your lap. It's falling in your lap. Know that you deserve it. Hold the intention that you see, and you make yourself available for every opportunity, and there are opportunities that you desire that are good for you to take. Rose without thorns. You have a right to your joy, peace, sweetness of life. Yeah, maybe that's why you're protecting yourself. Know that you deserve the sweetness. You deserve the joy. Maybe your parents didn't have joy. Your grandparents didn't have joy. Maybe that goes way back. Maybe they struggled with the depression, or, you know, with finances or relationships. That's not your stuff. Just let that go. The mystic rose, compassion, devotion, humility, humanity, and grace. Yes, open your heart. Open your heart to the things that you know that you deserve. Of course, isn't this interesting? Rose without thorns, and then you have the thorn. So protection, boundaries, clear communication. Yeah, that's this right here. Clear communication. Communicate with yourself. Communicate with your higher self. Communicate with your guides. You're going to know when to hold them and when to fold them, like that old Kenny Rogers song. You know, you're going to know when to protect yourself and when to open. Trust yourself. The grandmothers, remember your roots perspective. Trust the weaving. Yeah. See, look and see, like I said, maybe these things that have been holding you back are not even yours anymore. Let them go. Trust the seasons. Embrace change, cycles of life, transition, growth, 100%. It's growth. It's growth. Know that you deserve it. The fertile void, inner winter, rest, patience, potency, secret beginnings. Secret beginnings. That's what I said at the beginning of this read. All the cards came upside down and face down. Well, not all upside down, but they all slid right out face down. It's secret beginnings. You don't see it growing. But you know, when you plant the seed, you don't see that seed necessarily sprouting until it breaks ground. So trust that this is something is great is happening for you. Healing is happening. You're not broken. Trust the process. It's safe to soften. I think that's the whole thing. That's trust the process. It's happening for you. You may not see it, and know that it's safe. Listen, you got this. And that was for earth signs. That was for the earth signs. So we did water, air, earth. So this is for the fire signs. This next reading is for the fire signs. I hope that helped you. Also, you can look at the bottom of your screen. If you are on Facebook, down at the bottom of your screen on the left is a little icon that looks like a chain link, and that will take you to Jitango. I hope I'm still on. I closed my computer, but I hope I'm still on. Everybody suddenly got really quiet. This is for fire signs. Fire signs. Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius. Sagittarius, Aries, and Leo. Fire signs. Something comes up. King of Pentacles again. So it's a repeating message. So you're looking for something of value. Let's see. What else for fire signs today? Transformation again. You're transforming things for yourself. You're transforming things. Maybe you're redoing things. You know, maybe you're investing. You're investing in something. It's going to change things for you. Maybe you're redoing your home, and that's going to be a good investment for you. You're transforming something. Maybe you're transforming your thought process or your physical self. You could be transforming your closet, your work, your home, your relationships. Okay, fire signs. Oops, Sagittarius, Aries, Leo. Whoop. You have Four of Swords. Maybe you've been in a bit of a rest period, or you want to rest from all this activity, all this transformation. Five of Pentacles, feeling left out in the cold. Maybe you're feeling overworked too. Maybe this has been a lot of work, this transformation, and you're just really wanting a rest, a mental rest from things. Ace of Pentacles, you're still waiting to see the payoff of your investment, but it will happen. It will happen. You will see it. Seven of Swords. It came upside down initially, but then I want to put it this way. So maybe you haven't quite, with this upside down, maybe you haven't quite given up or excavated. See, there's Excavating Your Authentic Self was a book that I was going to pull today, and I didn't. I chose a different book, which we'll get to that too. Seven of Swords. You're going through your thought process, and you're going to be choosing what thoughts to keep and what thoughts do not serve you any longer. And you're going to let those ones that don't serve you go, and you're keeping the ones that serve you. You're also choosing not to be at war with yourself anymore. So this could be why this transformation has been a bit difficult. Ten of Wands. You haven't quite put down the burden yet. It's going to happen. You're going to put down that burden. Seven of Pentacles. They're asking for you to observe what you've been working on. See how much growth has happened for you. Maybe you don't see it yet. They're asking you to see how much you've grown. Instead of focusing on how difficult it's been to transform whatever it is you're transforming, focus on how much you've achieved already. Focus on how much you've achieved already. Three of Wands. Yeah. It hasn't happened yet because it came upside down, but I want to go this way. You're going to be moving forward from a higher vantage point. You're going to be seeing things much more clearly. When you see things much more clearly, you're going to be able to make moves that you're going to be making a plan that's good for you, that's really good for your future. And let's see what sort of advice we have for the fire signs. Sagittarius, Aries, Leo. What advice do we have for the fire signs? Lots of transformation today. The sun, joy, enjoyment, life force, success, vitality, play. Yes, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. You know, you're having a wonderful time. It's happening for you. Sub rosa, hidden in plain sight, mysteries, learning and teaching. You may be taking the things that you've learned and all this transformation, you may be teaching other people how to do it. Maybe you've learned some things on the way, so maybe you can help people with some shortcuts and how to transform things easier. It could be like how to transform your home, how to transform your wardrobe, your look, your finances, you know, your relationships. You've done it the hard way, and you're helping people learn the shortcuts and how to do it the easy way. This is Mother Rose, returning to each other, compassion and humanity. Yeah. This is also encouraging you, see how far you've grown. The Temple of the Rose, ancient power, expression, activation, scarlet codes. You're being activated. And sometimes activation doesn't happen like this. You know, that might be a difficult transition to change everything all at once. You know, have you ever had those periods in your life where you just like choose to do something and there's like this domino effect and then everything changes and you're like, oh my goodness, like maybe you get engaged and you plan a wedding and you move and you change jobs and you have a baby and it all happens like within a year and you're just like, oh my gosh, that's it. I need a rest because it's been too much. But it's okay. Just hang on. So today so that is for fire signs, Sagittarius, Aries, Leo. And it's also, if it's your sun, moon, or rising, look to see where you have fire in your chart. You can put that into Astro Cafe or Astro Dienst, your birthday, your birthplace, and your birth time. It'll show you where you have the things in your chart. So where you have fire in your chart, which house it's in, and that house is what this reading is affecting. So today I also wanted to briefly pull out a book. This is A Wanderer's Handbook. I've decided I'm going to, when it calls to me, start showing you some of the books that I have that are really interesting to read. This is an owner's manual for ETs and other spiritual outsiders, the abridged version written by Carla Lisbeth Ruckert and abridged by Jim McCarty. So this is a very interesting book. And I'm just going to open for each sign and see what it has to say. So the first sign we did was water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. But each also has lessons to learn, and so we would focus upon the core beingness of the self as it can, in a stable manner, be experienced helpfully within incarnation. I understand that the process going on here does not end here. Our evolution is a process that is endless. So that is for the water signs. And I'm going to do next the air signs. Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. Let's see. I would not have reached the point where I am at now. Maybe I would be sleeping still. I kept the parts which I felt were necessary for my growth, and those that I hated were, in fact, in retrospect, also necessary for my growth. Everything served a purpose. Yes, we may perceive certain negative forms as just that, controlled by fear, but in this perfect order of universe, there is some method to the madness. If someone had told me this 20 years ago, I would have been certain they were crazy or idiots. I felt too victimized to see the larger picture. Now I'm older, and looking back, I can see how perfect my life has been. So this is a piece of wisdom for the air signs. Okay, look at the the perfection. So next is for the earth signs. We realize that those who are in mated relationships have special problems. This is due to their expectation of each other. Had you no expectations of another entity, it would be very easy to be polite. However, among your people, the mated relationship is one in which two become intimately evolved enough that each attempts to learn to treat the other as creator, to trust each other. Yet each is a very distorted version of love, a very confused rendition of creation. Therefore, trust is hard to come by between people. We do not ask you, therefore, to trust each other first, but rather to step back from the mate, from the difficulties which intimacy brings, and choose instead to live within the least distorted creation which you are aware of, to refrain from forcing changes, right or wrong, shall we say, in a situation until you have moved your consciousness to a higher and therefore more real and less distorted plane of consciousness. That plane of consciousness is that which one uses to meet with the creator within. So that is the piece of advice for earth signs. And that is Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. And then last but not least, we have a piece of advice for the fire signs. And that is Sagittarius, Aries, Libra. Sagittarius, Aries, Leo, not Libra. It says, let us lay some groundwork. First of all, the word mythology and religion should be far more interchangeable than they are. The difficulty is that in myth, there is no judgment between one myth and another, whereas in religion, those of one religion square off with hostility against those religions which in some way contradict it. Thus, we prefer to talk of all paths of spirituality as personal myths. Realize that the essence of myth is to move the seeking entity by its own faith and its desire to know the truth over a kind of rainbow bridge, a magical covenantal span that links time and eternity, that which is known and that which is a mystery. The building of a personal myth for ourselves, then, is that process whereby we see our lives in the light of eternity and our incarnation as a brief but important effort of faith, gift, and service. There we go. So that is for the fire signs. And let's just see if anybody's here for anyone today. Oh, there's a woman that's here. She is really lovely. I just hear this song, Singing in the Rain. She loves singing. She loves dancing. She may have loved that movie. And also look at that time frame. She's an older woman. She's smiling. She's a very happy soul. This is a family member, depending on who's listening. Could be mother, grandmother, aunt. She's talking about singing in the rain. Like, you could sit and be upset that it's raining outside, or you could just have fun with it. It's kind of like making lemonade out of lemons. She's talking about A Christmas Carol, the movie, as well. So that may have been one of her favorites or one of your favorites. She definitely is into old movies. She likes the old movies. She's a movie buff. And you'd know this about her. She also sings a lot. She sings a lot. But her message to you is just saying, sing in the rain. Now I hear that song, the very different genre, Don't Get Me Down. No, 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 no. Don't Get Me Down. So you could listen to that, look up that lyric and see what song that is. Oh, thank you. And she skips off. She's a very happy person. I feel like she had hardships in her life, but she just didn't let them bother her. And she might have also told you turn that frown upside down quite a bit because she's saying that. But she's very happy. Bye. And let's see if there's anybody else here. This is interesting. So there's a little boy here. And this little boy, I feel, if you're going to resonate with this, you've had this inkling that there's a child spirit that's in your house. I don't feel like he's related, but you felt like there's maybe a little boy that's in your home, a spirit that's in your house. He looks like he has on one of those, those newspaper boy hats, and he has on the knickers. So this is somebody who would have maybe lived in that house a very long time ago. I feel like he passed of something that has a very high fever involved with it, which you may or may not know. You can look up the history of your home. This would be if you live in either an old home or on a property that had an old home on it at one point in time. He just wants to say he likes when you cook things. It makes him happy. He likes the smell of cooking. And he's saying it reminds him of his mother. He doesn't mean any harm. Sometimes he knocks things over accidentally. So you may have noticed things knocking over, but it's not anything mean. He's just little, and he runs into things, so he sometimes knocks things over. Or you feel like you hear something, but like he's showing me it almost knocks over, but he straightens it up. He's just there because he likes the place and he likes your energy. He really feels very loved and cared for. So it's really a compliment, and there's nothing to be nervous about or afraid of. So, yeah. You may also have children that either visit you or live with you, and he plays with them too. He really likes them. He's very kind. He just kind of likes it there. That's his familiar place, so he hangs out there. So I'm going to thank him for coming and saying hello. He's very happy to have been able to reassure you that this is nothing to be concerned about. Yeah, so those are our messages for today. Thank you so much for being here with me on a Saturday. I'm sorry that things ended up being so weird with the computer, but we will get that all straightened out. And I will see you on Friday coming up. And so have a great weekend. And thanks for joining.